topics that challenge you and assist in finding the solutions for a better outcome and a way forward. I'm your host, Faith. In episode 14, we discussed the independent thinker. In this episode, we discuss rejection sensitivity. Our disclaimer is a reminder that this podcast should not be taken as legal counseling or advice. Information on this podcast is for inspiration, and we cannot be held liable for information included. Do not rely solely on the information shared. If you do, we will not be held liable for such reliance. This podcast isn't a substitute for professional advice. We are not a professional. The content is opinionated and the terms of use are to the best of our knowledge. We also reserve the right to change the management of this podcast. Let's get started. Welcome to a new episode of the Faith Exclusive Podcast. We are discussing rejection sensibility. What is rejection sensibility and how does it affect your life, mental health, and relationships? This is a heightened emotional response where individuals perceive or anticipate rejection in social interactions, even when it's not explicitly present. It's a heightened sensitivity. People with rejection sensitivity are more likely to interpret neutral or ambiguous social cues as signs of rejection. It has an emotional impact that can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. It's personalizing feedback, feeling that their entire self is being rejected rather than just the behavior. Addressing the behavior sounds like a no and a rejection to the receiver. Rejection sensitivity is prone to seeing boundaries as rejection due to fears of abandonment. Psychology Today says it's a high emotional reaction. I quote, "They may disregard other more logical explanations, as well as reassurances on the part of the supposed rejecter. Paradoxically, such behavior may actually push others away, creating a self-fulfilling prophecy." Sensitivity to rejection isn't just in someone's head. Evidence suggests that in people high on this trait, feeling rejected triggers physiological changes, including the fight or flight response, unquote. If you're joining, welcome to episode 15 where we discuss rejection sensitivity. When someone perceives a request to stop a specific behavior as a rejection or a definite no, it's differentiating between healthy boundaries and actual rejection. It's taking boundaries personally and receiving boundaries as a reflection of their worth. Rejection sensitivity views boundaries as feeling unwanted or unimportant in the matter. It's emotional intensity. Setting boundaries can feel like a threat of fear or abandonment. You have to remember that you have no control over another's perception or response to your boundaries. You have every right to protect your space and demand respect. If you're joining, welcome to episode 15 where we discuss rejection sensitivity. There are ways for those who have this trait to manage their reaction of perceiving feedback as rejection or a definite no. Here are a few to start. Challenge and reframe negative thoughts. Be mindful and self-aware. Seek clarity. Work on regulating your emotions. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. View feedback as an opportunity for growth and improvement instead of a personal attack. Building resilience will help deal with these negative emotions. Be honest with yourself. Thought should be given to the person setting the boundary and consider the value of the relationship. If you're joining, welcome to episode 15 where we discuss rejection sensitivity. Understanding these factors can help in communicating more effectively. It can also help in accepting and acknowledging feelings, reframing the experience by learning from it, practicing compassion, focusing more on strengths, staying persistent for real change, learning to bounce back instead of being defeated, and investing in self-care. Embrace the journey of healing for those dealing with rejection sensitivity and those wounded by it. Remember, it takes time and practice. Use the I statement when communicating. Reflect and become self-aware of previous experiences and how they made everyone involved feel. Seek therapeutic support and professional advice. The mind is the epicenter of a healthy life. Protect it. That brings us to the end of this episode. We appreciate you joining our discussion regarding the rejection sensitivity. We hope this ignited something in you that provoked your curiosity. As always, we welcome you back and appreciate your listening ear here on Faith Exclusive Podcast. Please subscribe, like, and share.